Not the company I did very well support for those that knew me. And then last year, I got married in 2018, expecting the fruit of the womb. It didn't come. And then 2020, I had the first IVF, it failed. Second one, it failed. And last year, God decided to bless us. The miracle babies came. Into the 4th month of the pregnancy, I started bleeding. I bled to the level that I actually passed out. I was taken to a private hospital. In the month of July, I had 7 pints of blood. Okay, so they told my husband to sign so that they could evacuate the pregnancy. I was pregnant with twins. And my husband said, we waited too long for these babies, and now you want me to sign. I wasn't conscious, I was on oxygen, I didn't know what was happening. And my husband kept telling the doctor, please doctor, try. And then somehow, after 2 days, I woke up and I was still in the hospital. I had catheter on me, and I was told that I passed out in the theater while they were trying to find out why I was bleeding. And so the doctor said he could not manage me in his hospital. They took me to a teaching hospital. So from July, I was in the hospital. August, I was still in the hospital. The bleeding started again in August. And then I bled. The pregnancy was 5 months. I bled again. But what kept the pregnancy was that every time they did a scan, the babies were okay and my cervix was closed. Now when I did a scan, they said the placenta was low. That was what was causing the bleeding. Alright, so they managed, and again, my husband was struggling to sign. They came to me and I was unconscious. My blood pressure was 70/30, and they said I was going to have a heart attack and die. But thank God, they rushed freshly bled blood into me. In the month of August, I also had 7 pints of blood. And somehow I managed to recover from the bleeding crisis, and I was laid back in the hospital. They said I'm not going home until I give birth. I begged, even when the bleeding stopped, they said no. In the month of September, I started draining like water was coming out, and I would go for a scan. They would say the water in the membrane was adequate, but they never knew that the water of the second twin had broken. So the water was coming out, and I was having shortness of breath while I was pregnant. On the 8th of October, the pregnancy was 29 weeks, 7 months. The water finally broke, and at that point, we had no choice but to concede for an emergency CS. And so we signed. Somehow, we did the emergency CS. I gave birth to 2 girls. One was 1.25 kg, and the other one was 1 kg. Women in the house, you know how small that is. And so because the doctors were trying to sew me up, they rushed, and the wound was infected afterwards. So 4 hours after the second baby died, I was unconscious, but the first baby was taken into the incubator, and my baby stayed in the incubator for 2 months. Now after that, the wound was infected, pus was coming out from my private, and where the wound was. Now all these crises gave birth to eclampsia. I don't know if you know what I mean. For the first time, I developed serious high blood pressure issues. My blood pressure was so high it wasn't coming down. I was having palpitation in the heart. I was having shock. Alright, so I was having shortness of breath and I was struggling. The doctors were scared that I was going to have a heart issue. My daughter was in the incubator. I was also admitted for that treatment. And after a while, they discovered that my legs were swollen. And then the doctor said, oh, I wish you know what I'm thinking. And they asked me to do a kidney function test, which I did. Now, the day they told me that the potassium level in my kidney was high, that day, my blood pressure was 208/176. Now, let me tell us, it is not a good thing for any of your internal organs to be affected. The kidney, the lung. Spending 6 months in the hospital last year, I can tell you that there are some issues, health issues that you can only manage. The doctor will tell you that there is no cure. Hello? And kidney issue is one of those issues. I can tell you with all amount of confidence that dialysis is not a treatment for kidney issues. It is just a means to pass the fluid out of the body. I went to the hospital with a book. Every time the doctor mentions a name, I would write it and I would browse. Are we here? And then when they discovered that the potassium level in my kidney was too high, and that was what was causing all the issues, I was told to stop eating some kind of food. Banana was the first, melon, and they mentioned and mentioned and mentioned. And that was when I came in contact with Charles Iman, Ambassador Charles Iman. And then they said to me something about Rocenta. I had not seen it, but I had the belief and the faith. And the only thing that caught my attention was when they said that Rocenta improves kidney function. Some of us come for seminar and we don't even know. We don't pick. So the first thing I picked, I circled it. It improves kidney function. And every time I thought about my case, I'll think about our big boss in the prison outside the country. I'm not one of those that is here to judge that man for what he did. If your child has an issue, sometimes you become desperate for help. That is because it is not easy to handle kidney issues. Are we here? In the hospital on a daily basis, I saw people die. And most of the people that died because of cardiovascular issues, heart attack, high blood pressure issues. Other women that died was as a result of bleeding. If you're a woman here, you get married, you give birth to children without complications, you don't know what God has done. And so for me, every day I live, I give God praise because it got me to a point where I couldn't see anything, just black pictures. Are we here? And then I was one of those that was so apprehensive, one of those people that was so waiting for Rocenta. Because at that time I was on 3 blood pressure drugs. Let me tell you, there are people that have been on drugs for 20, 30, 15, 12, 10 years. Good health is underrated. You don't understand. And so I was telling Madam Sarah, my upline, because she's a female upline, I was telling her, I said, do you even have one? Send so that I can sleep well when I want to sleep. Sometimes I want to sleep, I cannot breathe well. So I have to sit till daybreak. And so when Rocenta came, I signed up with the highest package. The first reason was because of my health. Because health is wealth. Are we here? You won't enjoy your money in the grave. So one of the first reasons why I signed up with the platinum package was because I don't have money for kidney transplants. And so I started taking Rocenta. I took it, I'm sorry, I hope I did the right thing. But they said we should take it in the morning before eating. I'll take my own in the morning, I'll take it at night. Because I discovered that if you take Rocenta, like for me, I will sleep well. I used to sleep like a baby. So I used to take Rocenta at night so that I can sleep. Let me tell you, if you can sleep at night, it's a miracle. There are people that pray, the prayer request for them to sleep. You know that swallowing saliva is even a miracle. I left a young man in the hospital. He had throat cancer. And then they passed pipe into that man's system to only pass fluid. He cannot swallow saliva. And every time I go to his bed, he say, Madam Blessing, tell God to kill me. People don't understand. 2 industries are important. Food industry and health industry. Food because people will always eat. Health because people are dying on the days. So please don't joke. If you see me, I'm very passionate about this business because I understand it. And so when I started taking Rocenta, first pack I took the second. Some people take 1 pack and they say no working. I took the 3rd pack. I tell you, urinating and urinating and urinating and urinating. And I was like, I even called pharmaceutical. I said, I'm urinating too much. He said, go ahead. And then I urinated. I noticed that my swollen leg was gone. Shortness of breath gone. Gone. evidence, alright? So I was told to go back and do another kidney function test. Ladies and gentlemen, when I went back to do the kidney function test, from 5.1, the potassium level reached 3.4. And I told myself, and then every time, I think recently in the groups, I've been dropping my blood pressure readings. I've been dropping my blood. The first time I dropped 2 of the blood pressure drops, and I was on 1. But recently, I take it sparingly. Like, because my blood pressure is now normal, I only take it when it is too high. I take it sparingly. There are people that don't dare drop their blood pressure drops. They cannot. But I can tell you that every day, even this morning, I tested it, and I don't have need to take the blood pressure drops. Please put your hands together. I intended to carry the business on my head. So many realities. The dollar rate as of today is almost 800. Next week, electricity tariff is going to increase. Are we here? Just recently, a lot of people have lost their jobs. Just in a few days, a lot of people have lost their jobs. And if you are here, having 2 sources of income is not enough. Having one is an error. 2 is not enough. If you're here, you're joking with this business, I don't know what to say to you. Are we here? Because we spend money on a daily basis, you need a business that can pay you on a daily basis. Right? If you don't talk to your sister, if you don't talk to your neighbor, another person will come and bring a business to them. Don't joke with the people around you, because your contact is your social capital. Collect your money from them. And because I understood that principle, everybody that tends to listen that is around me must hear about Rocenta, must hear about the Dynace business opportunity. And I came out from the hospital bed, and with Dynace Global Business, I was able to buy a new car. I was a star achiever in just 9 days. Star 1 in 3 months. And I've also produced. Are we here? I want to encourage you. The economy is not smiling. The street is rough. You don't need certificates to do this business. All you need is certificates. Thank you very much.
Now, the good